When it comes to basic food staples, it doesn't get any more basic than bread. And over the years, the baking of bread has become an art form of sorts. Well, Miranda Cohen discovered a shop in Springfield that's brought the art of baking to a brand new level.
When you think of warm homemade bread and decadent baked goods, words come to mind like grain and honey. And that is exactly what Hannah Sadler decided to name her bakery in Springfield, Tennessee.
When we were thinking about starting the business, we didn't have a name, we just knew that I was making bread. And so my husband and I sat down with a journal one night and wrote out words that are associated with bread. So things like warmth and family and nourishment, kind of the dichotomy of the two words. The textures are much different. Grain is foundational and honey is kind of a luxury, and honey is silky and smooth and grain is coarse. And then when we realized that grain and honey, the initials G and H are actually mine and my son's initials, that was like it. We were like, well, that's the name of the store.
Before Hannah even had a brick and mortar building to name, she started baking bread in her own kitchen. And with the help of social media, she quickly took her show and her breads on the road.
The business was, like I said, was born on Instagram. I was just taking pictures of making bread in my home kitchen. Suddenly people were putting in orders for sourdough, so I would drive around the county delivering bread. I would meet in the library parking lot for people to buy cinnamon rolls. It was very grassroots kind of. So yeah, I got to see Robertson County just driving around delivering bread.
Her business grew so quickly, she moved out of her home kitchen and into this 1,400 square foot building on 8th Avenue. And her loyal followers are thrilled.
How are you today?
Doing good. I just need a loaf for the sourdough, please.
You can walk here, post office is across the street, courthouse is 2 blocks away.
Cheddar jalapeno or chocolate chip?
Cheddar jalapeno.
Longtime customer Terry Price makes the short jaunt almost weekly.
A good fresh loaf of bread just reminds me of home. It's comfort food. So to get a fresh loaf of bread every week that you know was made that morning, carry it home, you can have it for dinner, you can make sandwiches, you can eat it by itself, which is what I do a lot too. Thank you. See you later.
Bye.
Hannah's first taste of the world of baking wasn't just any bread. It was the difficult to master, but oh so delicious sourdough.
I thought, well, I'm gonna make sourdough bread because if I can figure out that, I could probably figure out how to be just a good baker in general.
Hannah started her business making sourdough bread, but it is actually a very labor-intensive process. It starts with a starter that has to be fed and properly cared for. Then they will be placed in loaf pans and have to rise about 3 hours. So the entire process takes about 48 hours a loaf, but the results are delicious and beautiful.
Sourdough requires a lot of patience, a lot of time, a lot of trial and error. I knew that I wanted to figure it out because I do not like failing at something. And so it was challenging, and that is what drew me to sourdough baking.
Sadler didn't stop at sourdough bread. She now offers sourdough cinnamon rolls and even sourdough bagels. And it is important to her that Grain and Honey always has something hand-baked and delicious for people with special dietary needs.
These macaroons up here.
Macarons? Sure. How many would you like?
Half a dozen.
Half a dozen? Sounds great.
We always try to offer at least 1 or 2 gluten-free vegan options in the pastry case. We make a really great gluten-free vegan brownie that my husband says, "Are you sure that this is made with gluten-free flour?" And I said, yes, I have a secret about how it's so good. The coconut chocolate truffles, they're vegan and gluten-free. It tastes like a candy bar. And people love them, and we love being able to offer that to folks. I don't want people to feel like they're missing out, because some people choose to eat that way and some people have to eat that way. And so no matter what, we try to give them a couple options that they can come and enjoy and not feel like they're missing out.
Anything else I can interest in? A cup of coffee, water?
Hannah is also trying her hand at savory items and getting rave reviews.
We do a savory scone every week, so we do jalapeno cheddar, We've done Asiago, we've done rosemary and Parmesan, and we actually just started offering a breakfast sandwich. So it's a locally sourced pork sausage on our cheddar scone.
And mixed in with all the sugar and spice, her favorite ingredients are those that are produced right in her own backyard.
Our coffee is locally sourced. We have locally sourced honey. And when herbs are in season, those are also locally sourced as well. When you shop local, your dollars stay local, you support families like mine, so that I'm able to support local as well. And so it's so good for everybody.
Even the handcrafted pieces of art in grain and honey are created by local women.
The art that's on my walls is actually from local female artists who don't have storefronts. So the art is available for purchase to be able to bring women in and highlight just how insanely talented women are has been a big deal for me. And I mean, look at the pieces, they're gorgeous. I don't think I would be in the position that I'm in if I didn't have business owners being my champion. Especially women business owners have lifted me up.
But perhaps the real secret recipe to her success is not in the flour, butter, and yeast. It is her work ethic and humble devotion to her community.
You know, we're always just looking for flavors that the community will love. I'm always a student of the craft, and so I'm never gonna master it, and that is totally fine with me.